The sound of the morning bell echoed across the courtyard. As students lined up for roll call, laughter rippled through the rows, sharp and careless, until it stopped on one man standing alone at the front. His shirt was torn at the shoulder, hanging awkwardly, as if the day had already defeated him. Whispers followed. Smirks spread. No one knew that within minutes, the same voices laughing would be shaking with regret. Mr. Daniel Carter was new to the school. He wasn't the kind of teacher who demanded attention. When he entered a room, he walked softly, spoke gently, and smiled, even when students tested his patience. At 38, he carried himself with a quiet dignity that came from experience, not authority. His clothes were simple. His briefcase was old, and his eyes held a calm that suggested he had seen much more of life than a classroom could offer. This school had a reputation. Students were tough. Discipline was weak. New teachers rarely lasted long. The seniors, especially a group led by 3 boys, Ryan, Cole, and Mason, treated roll call like a stage. They mocked, shoved, challenged anyone who looked different or weak. That morning, as Mr. Carter stood checking the attendance sheet, Ryan leaned in too close. "Nice shirt, sir," he said loudly, tugging at the fabric. Laughter erupted. Before Mr. Carter could step back, Cole grabbed the other side. There was a sharp rip. The courtyard went silent for half a second. Then laughter exploded again. "Oops," Mason said. "Guess it couldn't handle real students." Mr. Carter looked down at the tear. He didn't shout. He didn't call for punishment. He simply adjusted the shirt, lifted his eyes, and said calmly, "Let's begin roll call." That response confused them more than anger ever would have. Throughout roll call, the boys continued to whisper jokes. Mr. Carter finished, dismissed the lines, and walked toward the staff room. Some teachers shook their heads. A few students felt a sting of second-hand embarrassment. No one expected what happened next. Minutes later, an announcement crackled through the speakers. "All students, please return to the courtyard immediately." Groans filled the halls as students shuffled back. Ryan smirked. "Guess we finally got him fired." Mr. Carter stood near the microphone, his torn shirt still visible. Beside him was the school principal, and an elderly man in a wheelchair, wearing a worn jacket, with medals pinned neatly across the chest. The courtyard quieted. The principal cleared his throat. "Before classes begin, we have a special moment today." Mr. Carter stepped forward. "I want to introduce someone very important to me," he said. "This is my father, James Carter." The old man lifted a trembling hand in greeting. His eyes were kind, but tired. Mr. Carter continued, his voice steady. "My father was a school janitor for 30 years. He cleaned classrooms. After everyone left, he fixed desks. Students broke. He was invisible to most people. Students shifted uncomfortably. He raised me alone. After my mother passed away," Mr. Carter said, "every morning, he wore the same type of shirt I'm wearing today. Simple, cheap, but clean. He taught me something I've never forgotten." Mr. Carter paused and looked directly at Ryan, Cole, and Mason. "He taught me that kindness is strongest when it's hardest to give." The principal nodded and wheeled Mr. Carter's father closer. "Today," Mr. Carter said softly, "my father came to donate books to our library. He saved for months from his pension because he believes students deserve better opportunities." Silence wrapped the courtyard. Ryan's smile faded. Mr. Carter took a breath. Earlier today, my shirt was torn. It's not the first time. My clothes have been damaged. Last year, when I taught at another school, I used my salary to buy supplies for students who couldn't afford them. I chose this job because I believe in second chances. He turned fully toward the three boys. I could have punished you, he said. I could have yelled, but I see anger when people feel unseen. So instead, I want to ask you something. The boys stared at the ground. Will you help my father carry these books to the library? Gasps rippled through the students. Ryan swallowed hard. His face burned. Slowly, he stepped forward. Yes, sir, he muttered. Cole and Mason followed, their heads low, as they lifted the boxes. Ryan noticed how heavy they were. The old man smiled at him. Thank you, he said quietly. Your help means more than you know. Something cracked inside Ryan's chest. They walked together, slowly. No jokes, no laughter. When they returned, Mr. Carter addressed the students. One last time, every person here is fighting something you cannot see. Be careful with your strength. You never know who needs your kindness. Today, the bell rang. Students dispersed, quieter than before. Later that afternoon, Ryan knocked on the classroom door. Mr. Carter looked up. I'm sorry, Ryan said, his voice shaking. For the shirt. For everything. Mr. Carter smiled gently. Thank you for saying that. Ryan placed a folded bag on the desk. Inside was a new shirt. I bought it, Ryan said. With my own money. Mr. Carter didn't refuse. He simply nodded. That means a lot. Word spread quickly. The toughest boys in school had apologized. Not because they were scared, but because someone had shown them respect when they didn't deserve it. From that day on, the atmosphere shifted. Students helped more, laughed less cruelly, and when Mr. Carter walked the halls, he wasn't invisible anymore. Kindness didn't just change 3 bullies that day. It changed an entire school, because sometimes the strongest lesson isn't taught with authority, it's taught with grace.